Well, a very good morning to you and welcome to the British Virgin Islands here in the Caribbean. We're on the beautiful island of Tortola. We're going to be having a little bit of a look around. It's actually our fourth time here in Tortola. It's a lovely place to keep visiting. In the past we've done an island tour. We've been over to Cane Garden Bay, which is a beautiful beach on the north side. We've been to Virgin Gorda, which is a fabulous island with its famous rocks and baths and caves. We've been to Jost van Dyke, which is a beautiful beach island. Today we're going to be heading off to look at some of the outer islands, and then we're going to be travelling through the centre of the island of Tortola. British Virgin Islands. In the distance behind me you can probably just catch the American Virgin Islands. That's part of the United States. We're not allowed there because we've been to Cuba. But we're quite happy here in the BVI. We are high and dry in the BVI. So we're on our way out to the outer islands on another catamaran. It's not as bouncy as the one in Beckway the other day though. Thank goodness for that.
That was certainly a bit brisk, that one. This is lovely.
Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, just look at that beautiful beach there, and there's nobody on it whatsoever. One or two people, that's all. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Pirates Bite on Norman Island. Look at that. Interesting boat coming up here.
Stand up the National Building in Washington, D.C. He was born and raised in the British Virgin Islands over at Yas Van Dyke. The Willie T, ladies and gentlemen, is a floating bar and restaurant, but it comes alive at night. There's a saying if you jump off the top back end of Willie T, goes over there. The only rule is no cameras allowed. But raise the hands who don't want to go on a Willie T.
Just look at the colour of that water. Wow. Isn't that just beautiful?
One, two. Let's try this again. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we look on the side of the boat, on the right hand side of the boat. Those 4 rocks that you see sticking out of the water is called the Indians. The Indians got its name because certain time of the year, birds do the migration and use those 4 rocks as their personal restroom. After the bird poop on the rocks, it turns white. As you can see, portion of the rocks is still white, and from Tortola looking over, it looked like Indian feathers sticking out of the water.
So the very small island just in front of us is called Flanagan Island, and that is what divides the British Virgin Islands from the US Virgin Islands. And that island behind it on the right hand side, that is St. John's, part of the United States Virgin Islands. So that is the USA. But I'm not allowed in the USA because I had the audacity to go to Havana on a cruise last year, and because of that the Americans won't let me in. Oh well, hello Americans.
Guys ready? Guys in the front.
USA.
Guys inside, are you ready? Alright. First, please remain seated at the front and back of the vessel.
Just coming back into Tortola, but into a different part of the
island.
island.
Right now is called Supper's Home Marina. Supper's Home Marina. The island on the right hand side of us is called Frenchman's Key. Frenchman's Key. It is connected to Tortola, which is on the left hand side of us, by a small bridge. House in US dollars. To build your own house versus you buy one of these for $9 million. Alright? So you buy your land, and then you get your dump trucks and excavators and develop it how you want, and you sit down with your architect and design your dream home. Alright? My final instruction.
Well, that was another very nice boat trip in the outer islands of the British Virgin Islands, and very close to the US Virgin Islands as well. At one point we were only 200 yards from American territory. It's a good job we didn't go any closer, otherwise I might have been arrested, you never know. Anyway, here we are back on the island of Tortola, and we're at Pussers Landing, which is a very famous shopping area in Tortola. Been here a couple of times before, and it keeps expanding every time we come. Some very pretty pastel coloured shops here, which we'll have a look at, and as you can see behind me, a very nice marina with some extremely expensive boats as well. Yeah, there are some very nice bits of kit here. And it's very much aimed at the yachty and the tourism business, of course. That is the main income for the island of Tortola and the BVI. So let's go in and have a look around Pussers Landing, shall we? The reason it's called Pussers, I know it doesn't sound particularly attractive, but Pussers is from the word purser. And the pursers in the old days were the pursers from the ships, and they would come onto the landing and they would give out the rum, which of course was what the men wanted. And who's this dancing girl in front of us here? Oh, hello, fancy meeting you here. Oh my goodness, it's a small world, isn't it? Oh, that's amazing.
Just look at the engines on that.
Yeah, look at the engines on this. I bet that thing can move. Oh wow.
It goes to the moon.
Yeah. Ah, the Caribbean, you gotta love it, haven't you, eh? Anyway, here we are, Pussers Landing. This is one of the very nice shops. I suppose not very authentic, but it's very much aimed at the tourists. and the people off these very expensive yachts. There's a catamaran on our left that's just come across from the US Virgin Islands. Hi there. Hope you love your new president. Anyway, there's a nice bar, nice place to have a drink. And look at this, so pretty, isn't it? Oh yeah, some lovely little shops here. A little mini harbour as well. Nice little bar here with some live music. That's live music YouTube, so that's okay. I like his Mexican hat. Very nice. Lovely. Another beautiful pastel coloured building here. This is part of the harbour market. Oh, this is pretty, isn't it? Look at the colours here. Well, I think this is a little supermarket, but it has to be the nicest entrance to a supermarket I've seen for a while. Certainly nicer than Sainsbury's or Tesco or Asda. Yeah, it's a little supermarket, look. Isn't that lovely? So there you go, a little bit of Pussers Landing here in the area called Soper's Hole in Tortola, British Virgin Islands. Well, they didn't ask me to take part in the photo shoot. I'm most offended, honestly. Didn't ask me to be part of the photo shoot there, Nina.
Oh, and they got that shirt on.
Yeah. I do love the pastel colours of this building here. Look at this, isn't that lovely? Very photogenic, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Look, look, come here, let's have a look. I think, yeah, we should be in this photo shoot as well, do you reckon?
Oh, yeah.
Cheers, thank you, man. Thank you very much. Oh, look at that, yes.
Beautiful.
Bye.
The bus in front home, we have to get some of that.
So we're now on an open top bus, or an open
Just
sided
under
bus.
Green Key and Sandy Key is what you're looking at, or Sister Island. On this side of the island is where you can find the surfing area, Apple Bay. Yes, when the waves are up, the surfers they come along and they enjoy themselves. You also can find a couple of nice places on the bottom where
Oh, you can smell that sea, it's wonderful. It's Cane Garden Bay in the distance, but this is Capoon Bay on the north side of Tortola.
everyone said the food is good here. They also occupy both sides of the street. This is the Sugar Mill Hotel. Everyone is talking about.
Beautiful views back across the coast.
Very fruitful bay. Yes. The farmers say the soil is good, they love to plant, and they're located under the rainforest. Carrot Bay.
The island of Jos van Dijk on the horizon, where we went the time before last we were in the British Virgin Islands. That's a beautiful island, fabulous beach.
Everyone is talking about. So the food is good there. That's the Cold Pot Bar restaurant. They have an ocean view there. Very nice.
Selling shells there. Lunchtime drinky. climbing up the mountains now. Wow, look how steep that is. That beats even some of our hills back in Devon. So here's a nice place to have a drink and just look at the view. And that is Cane Garden Bay. Fabulous. So here we are in the hills of Tortola with Cane Garden Bay in the distance. We're going to be heading off down there in a minute and then heading back over what they call the ridge, which is the spine of mountains across the middle of Tortola and back down into the capital road town. We'll be doing that next right here. Hope you're enjoying this tour of the beautiful British Virgin Islands. So that's our quirky little bus. Nice little place to stop for a drink with quite a view, but look how colourful it is. It looks like the bus stop might have seen better days though. And looking down into Cane Garden Bay. View over Road Town, the capital of Tortola.
You see, you went sailing, circling, climbing, and now we overlook it. That's the Road Town down there. Take your picture and down the mountain we go.
It's the rear of Road Town, the capital. Here's the Supreme Courthouse of the Virgin Islands. So there you go, peeps. Hope you enjoyed our little trip to Tortola and the British Virgin Islands. It was a little bit of a lightning trip and very, very quick. Fourth time I've been here. I absolutely love it here and I'd really like to spend a little bit more time. But it was never intended to be a full-on tourist guide. So if you'd like to find out more, I'm sure you can find it all on the internet, and it really is a place definitely worth visiting. Thank you so much for watching. If you hadn't yet subscribed, that would be fantastic. But otherwise, just enjoy the videos and I'll see you again on the next one. Take care and see you soon.